You've also got things like Crestron Media for content sharing with those wireless dongles. Wouldn't that be great that you could then have those dongles connected directly to the bar as well?
That'd be very interesting,
in the future. So, you know, working with Air Media and the bar.
Hey everybody, we had to come outdoors. We are at the Empowering Cloud offices. This is the Empowering Cloud field. Neil, why are we outside?
Well, I bought the Crestron Videobar 70 with me, Tom, and your meeting room was a little bit small. The huddle room's a bit small, so it's a bar for large spaces. So here's a large space. Let's plug it in and make it work.
So thanks for coming to the office, mate. So obviously we've seen this before, but why are we talking about the Videobar 70 now?
Well, hot off the press, let's say it's exclusive for Empowering Cloud. The Crestron Videobar 70 has just got Microsoft Teams Room certification for Android. So super excited to have a large meeting room video bar for Teams running on Android. Dual screen, we're going to set it up, make it work, plug it in.
Awesome, and this is your first MTR on Android device?
First of many, who knows? But yes, this is our, traditionally Crestron has been a Windows MTR solution, and that's still our flagship solution, but obviously some people want that all-in-one, drop it under the TV, plug in your HDMI power and Ethernet and kind of walk away. But the beauty of this obviously is that XIO goodness. And the I/O, which we'll get to.
Yeah, you've got a lot of I/O on this, haven't you?
Yeah.
This is for large meeting room scenarios.
Large fields.
Yeah. This is the ideal
car
scenario.
Parks.
There's very little echo out here as well.
It is. It's
nice.
Brilliant.
Awesome. So let's take this into the boardroom. We'll set it up and we'll talk about some of the features.
Fantastic.
Right, so by magic, we've gone from the Empowering Cloud field out there to the very echoey Empowering Cloud board/test room, and we've set it all up. So Neil, what are we looking at now?
So we've got the Videobar 70 hooked up to the display, and then we've got our TSW1070 touchscreen. Now this is a really innovative and unique UI. It's a Teams interface, obviously. All of them and all of us OEMs all use exactly the same application from Microsoft. So you're all familiar with this traditional Microsoft Teams or Android UI on the screen. We've not done anything special to it. That's what Microsoft give us. But that's the beauty of this and the fact that this runs that native standard Teams UI on the device. You were talking about audio though and the echoing on this room. 24 microphones in this. So it should do a great job with regards to echo cancelling and trying to handle a lot of the reverb and echoing in this
Let's
room.
do my favourite feature when we do the meet now. Watch the camera open up. That's the best bit. Love that.
It's like the curtains opening. But a lot of people talk about privacy and things like that. So they're always the old anecdote was, cameras get turned round in the meeting room.
Yeah, I like the red ring, green ring. It's so evident whether it's on or off. That's
and now
nice.
you can see your amazing film setup of who we have in the room.
yeah. You can see the rest of the other offices. And we've got multiple cameras here. So what's going on?
Yeah, so we've got a main 20 megapixel sensor, which is the main camera for the room. And then we've got 3 other cameras, which we then use for the tracking. So these are 39-degree field of view and allow us to punch really far out. So the camera bar itself is really designed for up to about 11 meters. That's, I'm trying to think in American money for your American viewers, it's about sort of 30 plus feet.
Yeah, how many meters?
about 10, 11 meters.
Yeah.
But the great thing about those cameras is it allows us to do a lot of those great production rules. So group framing, speaker tracking, but then also the compositing as well, where you can composite and cut the frame up.
And that's what's a little bit unique here. We've got the tape measure, so we're 100 inches across. This is a 43-inch screen, so quite a small screen. You can see it's the almost.
So you've got inches on the screen, but then you've got meters, you see?
That's true, I'm multicultural. But like, this is one of the few Android bars that will do that larger meeting room scenario, both in terms of audio and video, and the multi-camera obviously helps with that.
Yeah, and again, you could put it in a smaller room. There's nothing, there's no limit on size from the small end, but from the large end, again, we can really play in those large meeting spaces. And again, this is a long table here, but really get and stretch out. The trouble with all of the digital cameras is that the way they do their zooming is they just enlarge each one of the pixels. So you've got a 20 megapixel camera, so as you go 2 times zoom, 3 times zoom, 4 times zoom, those pixels get larger and larger. So having the ability to have those 39-degree field of view and more tightly framed cameras we can then get much further out without having to ruin that 20 megapixel main camera view. So you get very high quality at distance.
And you've got there's quite a lot of horsepower and quite a lot of I/O here, and there's some stuff I know we can't talk about kind of roadmap stuff, but you've got lots of other devices, you've got lots of horsepower here, so kind of a bit of a stay tuned there, and there's lots of I/O on the back as well.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the cameras, obviously this is part of our intelligent video portfolio, which now includes all the One Beyond. We acquired One Beyond technology 2 years ago, I think now. And all of the intelligence from that is feeding down across the portfolio. So there may be a time in the future when this will integrate with some of those other cameras and a lot of that technology to bring that all in. Obviously, we're showing this as sort of Teams version 1 now running on the bar, but the roadmap for that is extensive. And again, we talk about the I/O. The bar itself has got 2 USB-Cs, 3 HDMI outs, 2 HDMI ins. Now, in the Teams mode, they're not all going to be lit up day one, but obviously you have the flexibility to expand that. And with regards to the input, you've also got things like Crestron Air Media for content sharing with those wireless dongles. Wouldn't that be great that you could then have those dongles connected directly to the bar as well?
That'd be very interesting,
in the future. So, working with Air Media and the bar. But obviously in other platforms they might support 3 screen outputs. At the moment it's dual screen in Teams or single screen, but again other platforms might allow for 3 screen outputs. And then you've got things like USB-C for BYOD and other elements of that. So loads of future capacity, and again the processor we're using in there is the latest Qualcomm, which gives us the scope to not be ring-fenced or restricted with regards to the Android version that a lot of the bars had a problem with in the past.
So you're shipping Android 10 right now, jumping to 13.
I think that's the exact roadmap on this, but we have the scope to go way out past 13. As I say, it's got the latest Qualcomm processor, so we're not, as I say, handcuffed. We had the police in earlier, we had that picture. We're not handcuffed to be able to be limited to that. So lots of scope for future capacity on that.
Awesome. So now certified for Teams, available, contact your Crestron person, I assume.
Shipping now in stock at all good Crestron vendors, and yes, now shipping as of this video, exclusive with Empowering Cloud, with Microsoft Teams running on the Crestron Videobar as an Android solution to enhance our existing Windows MTR solution that we have.
Awesome. So if you've got any questions about this, drop them in the comments below. Put Neil on the spot, ask some tricky questions. Neil, thanks for bringing it over.
Pleasure.
Looking forward to checking it out.
Thanks, Tom.